given that a vector function a equals 3xz squared I minus yzj plus zk, find a, the div of a, which is the divergence, and b, the curl of a. Now, here this is a vector function, so we wouldn't be able to find the gradient of it, right? You can find the grad of a scalar function, but not a vector function. But we have a vector function here. We can find the divergence and the curl. Now, just a few reminder. Remember now that the divergence, right, is del dot of something. It is really an operator. It operates on the vector function. Generally, if you have so you have a function a equals a of xi plus a of yj plus or a of zk, then here the divergence of a, written as the nabla, the upside down triangle a, equal. So is it that product of the divergence and the function? In this case, the divergence is I, del of partial of something by partial x with respect to x plus j is partial of something with respect to y plus k is partial derivative of something with respect to z. But what is that something? Well, we're going to find out. Is it that product between that and axi plus ayj plus azk? Alright? So, you know that when you find the dot product now, you have I times I, right? Well, not really I times I, the coefficient of I by the coefficient of I, coefficient of j by coefficient of j, coefficient of k by coefficient of k, right? So what it is really is that the grad of a, the dot product between the, not the grad, the div of a, the dot product between the divergence function and the vector function is, well, it could be delta by delta x, which is this thing here, of what? Ax. Right? So it's really delta ax by delta x plus delta by delta y. Delta of what? Delta ay by delta y. And then plus delta by delta z, this operating on this. So it's delta az by delta z. So in this case, you're given a vector function, and the divergence of that vector function gives you a scalar because of that product, right? It is a dot product. That's why it happened. Alright, so given that information, I'm going to ask you to find the divergence of A. Do part A. I think I'll just leave part B for another video, but work out part A and let me see what you get. Okay, you're finished? Alright. So, let's see what happens here. You have A is 3x z squared I. Let's just repeat it down here. 3x z squared I minus yzj plus zk. Alright. Now A equal partial. Now remember here, the AZ part would be the 3x squared z y, and then the AX part would be the derivative of x. When you differentiate all of this with respect to x, what do you get? Well, this part, the AX part, right here, you differentiate that with respect to x. What you would have in that case is just 3z squared. That's what I'm seeing here, right? Minus, when you differentiate this with respect to z to y, what you have is just z, right? Plus the zk, differentiate it with respect to z, differentiate z with respect to z, you use the power rule, which was 1, right? So that would be just 1. So that's what you have there. Alright, so that is the divergence of A. We'll do the curl of A in one next video, so I'll see you.